Like, I literally left the meet and greet like, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Natashia. And of course, in today's video, I did want to give you guys a summer sun-kissed glow dewy look. I'm also talking about stuff that I typically don't talk about here on my channel. You guys know I kind of just talk about shows, I talk about some stuff with me, but other than that, I typically stay away from all the drama that I see on YouTube with bigger beauty gurus or just the beauty community being in an uproar due to influencers doing things that's just like not appropriate, I guess, if that's what you want to say. If you want to hear kind of like my opinions or things that have happened to me, please keep watching. The first thing I'm going to grab are my Crystal Collagen Gold. This is the powder eye mask. This is what they look like. I'm just grabbing the mask and we're going to place this under my eye. I'm going to grab some of the juice out of here just to make sure it stays. And then I'm gonna do the same to the other eye. I'm hoping that I have them on the correct side. The first product I'm gonna grab is my Milani. This is my brow pomade. I do also use the Milani brush that came with the pomade. I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray. I always do that with all my brushes. I was watching Tachi Westbrook. She is a well-known YouTuber here, and she has like millions of subscribers and she does really awesome makeup tutorials. And so I just happened to see like a bunch of tweets, and because everything was trending, and they were talking about, you know, she did a video basically, I'm gonna say, exposing James Charles, which is another huge YouTuber, Instagrammer, influencer, all that good jazz. And I was pretty shocked because usually when things happen in the beauty community, I'm not saying people don't talk about it, but it seems to go under the radar because they don't really get into too much detail, or it's too much gossip to where people are like, I don't know who to believe. When I say Tachi was just talking, the stuff that she was saying James Charles had, you know, absolutely, I mean, his channel was growing, but he didn't really have a ton of support, especially from bigger companies, due to, he had some type of scandal. I wanna say they said like an Ebola scandal. I have no idea. And so a lot of brands were iffy about working with him due to this whole scandal. But basically she was saying that she kind of put James Charles on with her support and bringing him onto her channel. More subscribers started coming his way due to, you know, her, especially since she had a ton of subscribers at the time. And when you have a bigger YouTuber or influencer reach out to you, you're usually gonna take on their followers as well, because you're basically saying, hey, I support this person. And that's kind of why you see a lot of influencers hang out together. It's kind of, I shouldn't say it's transactional unless they're like truly friends, but a lot of the time you will hear stories and they will basically say like, I hang out with this person to gain, you know, a certain amount of following. And there's nothing wrong with that if you know what it is. And that's how you guys' relationship is set up. Just hearing Tachi talk about their relationship, I honestly think she really cared about him. Unfortunately, I think he gained like 1 million subscribers in like a year. And for anyone, I think that would be hard, because now you are a huge influence and people are looking up to you, especially young boys, young girls. It could do one or the other. Get your head really big, or it will humble you and be like, okay, I'm human too, I make the same mistakes, and let's kind of go through this together, since I am expressing my life here on YouTube or any of my platforms. I mean, she was talking about stuff that, you know, only, I'm assuming, your best friend would know about you. To clean up my brows today, I'm gonna use my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I love this concealer, hands down. I may use different concealers, but I always come back to this one. I'm not gonna say that James Charles owes Tachi, but I kind of want to say he does. And I think this is why it's really hard for bigger influencers to help smaller influencers, because of the fact that they've probably been burned by somebody that exploded past them, and now they're kind of just looking like, but I thought we were friends, not realizing that they may have become transactional friends. You guys know I do not have a ton of followers on my social media. I think the only following that I really do have is on Facebook, which is super crazy to me. When I say I started getting a ton of followers on Facebook, it was like they were flooding in by the thousands. One of the photos that I posted had to go viral. Sometimes when things happen so quickly for you, it kind of puts you like, whoa, hold on. And either you're gonna humble yourself or your demons are gonna get larger. And now you think that the world revolves around you. I mean, I only have so much influence. I don't have a ton of followers, but I will shout out channels. I will post you on my Instagram. I've done that plenty of times to a lot of my supporters. And the only thing that I would probably say that, I'm not gonna say it irritates me, but okay, it kind of does irritate me because I'm still learning as well. If I think that it's not working for me, I'm not gonna tell you to go do it too because I know it's not working. Do you get what I'm saying? So I get a ton of DMs and it will be like, so how did you get, you know, a following? And I'll go back and tell them kind of what I did. Just, you know, being consistent, because what people fail to realize is if you're not consistent, you're not gonna have a following. I try to drop gems, as I mentioned, in my lives, and then I'll get, well, what hashtags do you use? What are you doing? Like, I need the exact things that you're doing. And I'm like, apparently it's not working for me, so why would I lie to you? I've had people be like, okay, no, give me a list of your stuff. What do you want me to do? I'm taking my Milani brow gel. So I guess that kind of frustrates me because I'm like, I'm still in the same boat in any place that I've tried to drop jewels. And if you don't follow me, like really, really follow me, how do you ask me these type of questions, you know? Are you coming to me because you really like me, or are you coming to me because you think you can get something from me? But that's also too why I kind of don't want anybody to help me, because I don't want to like feel like I owe you something. Doing my brow highlight, I'm gonna use my L'Oreal. This is the True Match Lumi Glow Nude palette. So freaking beautiful, I love it. I love the colors in here. I'll go ahead and turn it around. It kind of gives you directions on where you should place each product. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade in the palette that's right here, and I'm gonna use this as a brow highlight. Now I'm gonna remove the mask. The next product I'm gonna use is my Bliss. This is my Glow-sion moisturizer that I am super duper obsessed with. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that. And I always bring any type of moisturizer down to my neck. I think I'm actually supposed to be going up instead of down, but work with me today. I'm on a mission to talk to you guys. The next product I'm gonna pick up is my Can't Stop, Won't Stop. This is the NYX primer. Okay, I do take this primer, rub it on the back of my hand, and then I place this on my nose. So if I don't rub it on the back of my hand first and kind of like rub it into my skin, get it a little warm, then it will flake. So let's go ahead and apply our foundation. What I'm gonna use today is my L'Oreal. This is the 24-hour Infallible foundation. I love that it's not matte. I still have that dewy look because I want my summertime glow. I want my real skin to kind of peek through the foundation. So I'm just gonna place this on the back of my hand. One last pump. I am gonna do my forehead. I'm taking my square brush. This is the 205 brush from Real Techniques. So I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Infallible concealer. This is one of the newer concealers and I've been meaning to try this, so I'm super excited. And look at the brush. I feel like everybody is using these brushes now. And then I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm gonna use this to contour. Once again, spraying my stippling brush. We're gonna blend out the darkest shade first. I hope, since this is the first time I'm using this concealer, that it doesn't dry super fast. And I guess what always scares me is, say I do get bigger and I have to meet, you know, more of these influencers. Like, how are they gonna act with me, you know? I think I watched some girl's video and she said people were kind of like standoffish with her, like they didn't really want to talk to her. And then they were like, hey, what's your Instagram? And she told them and they were like, oh my goodness, you have like over 100K followers. Like, oh, let's do this together. Like, let's be friends. And she's like, this whole time y'all been treating me like I'm like the stepchild. But now that you've seen that I have some type of influence, now you want to be my friend. And she was like, I was so happy to see that because it was just mind-blowing. This is from Profusion. You guys know how much I love this palette. It's freaking amazing. I'm gonna use Warm Chisel as well as Warm Scope. I mixed these two together. Doing the same to the other side. And I'm sorry, I'm being like so random. And yes, I have experienced hate comments, and sometimes I think some things have to come in your time. The comments that I was receiving before were a lot more hateful and I could not deal. I'm like, how could you talk to people like this? Like, I get that you're sitting behind a computer and I'll never be able to find you, but goodness gracious, I wouldn't even say this like to my worst enemy. So why are you saying this to me and you don't even know me? And so also too, I feel like that has kind of been my downfall because I was always afraid. Let me tell you, your comment gets deleted and you get blocked and we move on from there. I forgot the name of this blush. It's one of my favorites. It's from ColourPop. I will try to link it down below. I'm taking my stippling brush. This is gonna bring the life back to my cheeks. Taking my Too Faced powder. I'm gonna pour this into the cup. I haven't used this in a while. Oh my goodness. Okay, and I'm also gonna take my Airspun. This is another setting powder. One of my faves. Just grabbing another beauty sponge. And I place this right below my contour. While I'm baking, I'm gonna go back into my Profusion palette and I'm gonna grab medium chisel. I'm taking my brush, this is the eye blender brush from Essence. I really have fallen in love with this brush. And to give my eyes just a little bit of dimension, I'm gonna place this in my crease, and this brush is perfect for that. And I'm gonna take the shade right here, and I'm gonna place this in my tear duct, just to open up my eyes. Now, I usually don't like to bake for too long, so I'm gonna take my 204 brush. This is a buffering brush from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my contour. And I kind of use circular motions when I do this. And then also too, I'm gonna take a little bit of powder on my forehead, just so my forehead doesn't get too oily. And also too, since I added that bright highlight, I want everything to blend nicely. The reason why I do like to do my makeup on the weekends as well is because when I'm out and about running errands, say I'm going to Home Goods, I'm going to Marshall's, Ross, whatever, you kind of run into people. Have you ever ran across somebody and you're like, I know this person, although you don't really know them, you're like, but I know your Instagram. There was one time I was in Target and I saw this little girl and I'm like, I know who your mom is. Isn't that crazy? But I didn't go up and say anything because I would have looked super crazy. And I'm like, who is this girl and why is she a stalker? I know I'm not the only person this has happened to. And I know I've had people come up to me, my supporters, and be like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, hey, how's it going? I don't know who knows me or not. And I'm like, oh my God, I love your videos. And you're just like, oh yeah. I don't know, it just catches me off guard because I forget that I do, you know, tutorials online and that people are going to notice me. Or I've had people kind of just stare at me like, I know you. And I'm like, so say something. I do have my L'Oreal, this is a gel liner. This is a black eyeliner that I love to use in my waterline. The next product I'm gonna grab is my L'Oreal. This is the Unlimited Mascara. So the best part about this mascara is you can bend the handle just to get into smaller areas of your eye. And I am gonna bring my mascara to my lower lash line. This mascara is fire. I'm gonna apply some Violet Voss lashes. I did find these at my Target, and I was like, oh, these are cute. My eyes are pretty big or like long, so I can pretty much tell when I need to cut a lash or not. I just got those spidey senses. I think another thing that we sell as influencers is a loving, compassionate person. But I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. I did go to an event and they always say you never want to meet your heroes. And I met someone, and when I say I was so disappointed, I can't even tell you guys how disappointed I was after meeting this person. It really hurt my feelings. Nobody owes me anything, I get that. But I wanna say it was kind of like a group of them. Now I'm not gonna say their names because maybe it was a bad day for them, although it was a meet and greet. But I feel like if you do a meet and greet, you should at least act like you're happy to see the people that are coming to meet you. And I didn't feel that. Like, I literally left the meet and greet like I came up there with my little jokes, because you hear certain things that they talk about and it was like dead silence. Like no interaction, not even a hug. Like, we're sitting here, we're gonna sign your t-shirt or whatever you have of mine and then get on. Don't put people on pedestals. Do not think they're going to exceed your expectation, because when I say I wanted to leave at that point, I was like, this is a totally different dream that they sold me. I was mad. Like, I told my husband, because we do everything together, and I was like, yeah, that was not cool. And I'm just applying some mascara to make sure my real lashes blend in with the falsies. Going back into my Lumi palette, I'm gonna spray my brush. This is the 414 brush. This is a highlight brush as well. And I'm gonna use the shade Saturn as well as Starlight. I'm gonna mix these two shades together. You guys know I love L'Oreal products. This is a new one, and I'm not gonna say I'm just super impressed with it. It's cute, but I'm not like losing my mind over it. I'm gonna try it once again with the brush. I'm gonna pick up the lightest shade. And I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade as well. I'm gonna put that right on top. Oh yeah, see, that's pretty. And I'm gonna go back in with the dark shade. This might be just a little bit too much highlight for some people, but honey, I'm trying to slay. I'm using an Essence brush. This is the bronzer brush. And I'm gonna take the lightest shade and the darkest shade, mix those two together. Just in case somebody happens to look at my collarbone. I've been obsessed with this lip combination. I used it in my previous video. This is the NYX. This is the Slip Tease in the shade I Woke Up Like This. I love this nude lipstick. It is so beautiful. And then I also have the NYX lip liner in the shade Brown. This is the Shake and Glow Lumi from L'Oreal. This is in the Dewy Mist. Let me go ahead and show this to you. Of course, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support. I am getting some new subscribers, so hello, I see you guys. I'm so happy. I just want to hug you all. In this video, I know it was probably a little bit difficult because I usually don't talk about these type of topics, anything involving the beauty community. I usually stay away from because I don't want to get dragged into something that I know nothing about. And also too, I've told you guys, I'm so happy that it's actually taking me longer to grow because I'm getting the followers that truly love me for me, which is crazy. And I feel like I have a bond with every single one of you guys. And I know who is just gonna come in here just to watch me. I know who's gonna comment. I feel like I know you guys so well. And I know I'm just sitting here in front of a camera, but I know how it feels to be loved by your supporters. Like, I really feel it. Like I said, if you guys want to hear more topics from me, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Or if anything I'm saying is just like, wow, like I didn't know that you were going through this, please talk to each other in the comments because I'm pretty sure everybody has a story. Until my next video, please do not forget to share, thumbs up, and subscribe. As always, I appreciate you guys. I always miss you guys when I leave this camera, but I will see you guys soon. Bye.